Hey everyone, so I wanted to talk a little bit about your staffing and hiring practices going into 2025 based on not only what I've seen in my own staffing agency in the last decade, but also what I'm seeing in the media. Some of you may know this already, but I come from a journalism background, and so does another person that works at Cornbread Hustle. So we're very diligent at keeping up with the news and reviewing what's happening in the media, as well as being very diligent on our own data. Every single year we have an annual data review, and we go over all of the stats of how many people we placed with criminal records, what those criminal records were, what was the success rate. We go over whether it's a violent charge, a non-violent charge, a sexual offense. So we pride ourselves in being pretty serious about tracking data and looking at facts. So whether you are on the right side of things or on the left side of things, you think what's happening in 2025 is a good thing or a bad thing, I'm not here to agree or disagree with you. I'm here to just give you facts to help you prepare and run your business efficiently. So, some of you may already know if you've been following me for a while, but during the pandemic, Cornbread Hustle, which is a staffing agency for second chances, we got our shot. We were able to place a lot of people with criminal records in jobs because during the pandemic, 8 million people left the workforce. Now, most returned by 2022, but data shows us that we can safely say that about 3 million workers permanently left the workforce. So, with this new administration, and if they do what they claim they're going to do, which is deport undocumented workers or undocumented immigrants. And by the way, I like to say undocumented immigrants or undocumented workers because just like we have empathy for people who have made mistakes or committed crimes, we don't like to call people with criminal records convicts or felons. So I don't like to say illegals or illegal immigrants. So if the new administration ends up doing what they want to do, which is deporting all of our undocumented workers, we could lose 7 million workers from our workforce. Now that's 5% of the labor market. And to put that in another way, that's 1 in 20 jobs will have a vacancy. Now, you may think that may not affect you. Your company's above board. You don't hire people that don't have documentation. However, it will affect you. Think about your competitors, or maybe not even competitors, other companies that have thousands of workers, and if they lose 5% of their workers, they're going to quickly increase wages and hire people at an alarming rate. And that could cause turnover for your company. And so if we are about to lose 5% of the labor market, now, obviously, this is an opportunity for people with criminal records to have a shot. Again, I'm not saying this is a good thing or a bad thing for our country, but these are the facts. And the facts are that 8% of people in America have a felony record. 8%. Even more people have a criminal conviction. I should say adults. I'm sorry. 8% adults. See, those are the little details that are important. 8% people is very different from 8% of adults. So 8% of adults have a felony record, and 73, I think it's 79 million, actually 70 million. It's somewhere in the 70 millions people, adults, I should say, have a criminal record at all, which could be a misdemeanor or any criminal charge at all. And so, you know, I've been saying it for a very long time that the future is second chance hiring, whether you want to do it or not. It's something that you need to look at if you want to continue to stay ahead of the labor crisis that we're not only already facing, but we're going to face. So I'll leave you with this. Whether you like it or not, we are entering an era where we have to start putting new policies in place for our hiring practices. I would ask these questions if I was in HR or if I was at a company discussing with leadership. Do we hire people with criminal records? Why don't we? If we hired people with criminal records, what type of charges would we be willing to accept? Those charges we're not willing to accept, do those relate to the job they're actually doing? Is this a real fear for our business, or is this a bias? And I would just start with those questions because, like I said, whether you like it or not, we are going to have to start widening our talent pool. And I believe the best way to do that, not only to help people, but for our economy and for the improvement of society, opening up your doors for people who have criminal records can solve your labor problems if and when you have them. That's all I got. I hope you guys got something out of this. Bye.